Hello friends, very good morning. Today we have to study the sources of finance part third. In that third part, we have to understand the debentures. Okay? What is the exact meaning of debentures? We have to study. Meaning and definition is given here. A company may raise capital either by issue of shares or by issue of debentures. The debentures are the creditors of the company. Try to understand. Debentures are the creditors of the company. It means that such type of debenture holders are creditors. Try to understand. Debenture holders are the creditors of the company. Now, what is the meaning and definition of the debenture? We have to understand. A debenture is a document. What is it? A debenture is a document issued by a company. Debenture is a document issued by a company as an evidence of a debt due from the company with or without charge, with or without a charge on the assets of company. Okay, it is a certificate, that is nothing but a certificate issued by the company under its seal acknowledging a debt due by it to its holders. It means that debenture is nothing but a certificate which is duly stamped, which is duly signed by the particular person of the company. Don't forget at all. That is also one type of document which is issued by the company, and that is called debenture. The word debenture, try to understand. The word debenture, what is it? The word debenture is derived from Latin word debere. What is it? Debere or debre. What is called? Debre, which means to owe a debt. What is the meaning? To owe a debt. Okay. Now, according to the Indian Companies Act 1956, Section 212, the term debenture includes what is it? The term debenture includes debenture stock. What is it? Debenture stock or bonds or any other securities. Debenture stock or bond or any other securities. Try to understand. And that is also included of companies whether consisting a charge on assets of the company or not. It means that according to Indian Companies Act, the term debenture is given here, and that is included the debenture stock, bonds or any other securities of the company whether constituting the charge on the assets of the company or not. Then another definition is also given by the Palmer, defines that what is it? By the Palmer defines that what is it? That is also given here. The debenture as any instrument. Debenture as any instrument under the seal of the company. Already I told you that is one type of a certificate issued by the company. On that certificate is also seal of the company is there and signature of the particular person is also there. And as per this definition of the Palmer, what is there? The debenture is any instrument under the seal of company evidencing a debt, the essence of it being admission of the indebtedness. Okay, and that is also the meaning of debenture, and that type of a definition is also given by the Palmer. Okay, now what are the characteristics of the debenture? We have to understand. What are the characteristics of the debenture? There are different types of the characteristics of the debentures we have to study. And with the help of this chart also, you can understand there are half dozen characteristics. How many characteristics are there? 6 characteristics I have mentioned in that chart. First characteristic is also there. Debenture holders are the creditors. Creditors, this is the first characteristic of the debenture holder. What is it? Creditors. Debenture holders are the creditors of the company. Don't forget. They are entitled to receive interest. Debenture holders are entitled to receive interest at regular intervals of 1 year or 6 months. It means that in that year such type of a regular interest should be given to the debenture holders. That's why they are treated as creditors. Then second feature or second characteristics of the debenture we have to understand what is fixed income. The debenture holders are entitled to a fixed rate of return every year. Try to understand. Every year, debenture holders are entitled to get fixed the rate of interest. They have priority over preference and equity shares. Try to understand. Debenture holders are having priority over the preference shares and equity shares. Try to understand. That's why fixed income is there about in case of debenture holders. Then third characteristic we have to understand protection. The interest of debenture holders, try to understand. The interest of debenture holders are protected by trustee who are normally the bank or an insurance company or a firm. It means that from these organization protection can be given to the interest of debenture holders. Try to understand. They act as a license and see that all contractual obligations between the company and debenture holders are fulfilled or not. Okay, that's why such type of protection is given to the debenture holders. That's why this is the third and important characteristics of the debentures. Then another characteristic I have mentioned there, that is the redemption. The debentures are redeemable. The debentures are redeemable or repayable as per agreement. Redeemable or repayable as per agreement, either at fixed date or earlier at the option of the company. It means that either at a fixed date is also given there, and on that date also such type of redemption is there, or the option of the company which is given to the holders of the debenture. Okay, that's why redemption is the another characteristics of the company, another characteristics of the debentures also. Then next characteristic we have to understand, no voting rights. Generally the debenture holders do not enjoy any voting right of the company. Any voting right in the company also they are having. They are only entitled to vote on the matter affecting their interest. It means that there is no voting rights other than their interest. Okay, and the last point I would like to explain here, that is last characteristic of debenture, that is what? Security. Try to understand. Debentures issued by the company are secured debentures. What type of debentures are there? Secured debentures. Such debentures have a charge on fixed assets of issuing company. That's why such type of security is the another characteristics of the debentures. In this way, these are the half dozen characteristics. How many characteristics I have mentioned here? 6 characteristics are there. Creditors, fixed income, protection, redemption, no voting rights, and security. These are the 6 characteristics of the debentures I have mentioned in this chart, and those characteristics also you have to study as a student of business finance. Okay, now why such type of debentures are issued? What are the reasons for issue of debentures? Those reasons also we have to understand. Why debentures are issued by the company? Why not other options are used there? It means that why debentures are issued? What are the reasons? Those reasons also we have to study here in detail. I have given here chart, and in that chart also half dozen reasons are mentioned there. How many reasons are there? Half dozen reasons are mentioned there. First, debt only available source. First reason, it means that some companies find it very difficult to raise capital through additional issue of shares. At that time, such company can avail of the debenture finance to meet their financial needs. It means that only with the help of this source, company can create the capital. That is the first reason. Then second reason is also there, lower cost of funds. You can create the fund with the help of the debenture at low cost. Debentures or bonds represent less investment risk than the shares. Moreover, the company may offer less interest on the debentures which may be half the amount of earning of the shares. It means that whatever may be dividend company is going to pay, of that amount, only half rate of interest is given there. Try to understand. It means that less cost, lower cost is also there. Then third reason is also given there, investors' preferences. Those investors who are of cautious nature, those investors who are of cautious natures and conservative temperaments always prefer to buy the debentures. Such type of a temperament is also there, conservative temperament is also there, and cautious nature is also there. Such type of investors can prefer to the debentures and not in the shares. Try to understand. Particularly, the financial institutions invest a substantial part of their funds in debentures, and that is the another reason. It means that investors are giving preferences to the debentures only. Then next reason is also there for issue of debentures, that is to avoid the sharing of voting privilege. In order to maintain control and still obtain outside funds, company may borrow through debentures rather than selling shares and voting rights. That's why that is also the another reason to avoid the sharing of voting privilege. Then next reason is also given, I have mentioned there, trading on the equity. What is it? Trading on the equity. Borrowing at a cheaper rate and earning more is always profitable to the company and its shareholder. It means that when company is borrowing at a cheaper rate and also earning more, that is also always and always profitable to the company and its shareholders. This principle is known as trading on equity. The difference between what the company pays on the debentures and what it earns by the employing those funds belong to the equity holders. That's why it's called trading on equity. That is also another reason. And the last reason I have mentioned here, that is a broad market for securities. The use of debentures and bonds invites into the market of the funds and are not interested in the acquiring ownership, risk or responsibility. Thus, there is a broadened market for the corporate securities through debentures. It means that broadened market, that is also possible, and a broad market for the security is also available. In this way, these are the half dozen reasons for the issue of debentures we have studied. How many reasons I have mentioned here? 6 reasons I have mentioned here. First, debt only available source. Second, lower cost of the fund. Third, investors preferences. Fourth, to avoid the sharing of voting privilege. Fifth, trading on the equity. And the last, broad market for securities. These are the 6 reasons for issue of debentures. Try to understand. How many reasons are there? 6 reasons, and due to those reasons issue of the debentures are done. Okay, then we have to study what are the types of debentures. There are different types of the debentures. Okay, and those types also I have mentioned here in that chart. First type is there, registered debentures. What is the first type? Registered debenture. What do you mean by registered debenture? They are made in the name of particular person. Such type of debentures are made in the name of particular person who is registered by the company. These debentures are recorded in the register of the debenture holders. Only those debenture holders whose names appear in the register are entitled to get the interest and a repayment of the principal. They can be transferred only as per the provision of the Articles of Association. And this is the first type of debenture. What is it? Registered debenture. Then second type of debenture we have to study here, that is a bearer debenture. The debentures which are not registered in the books of the company and payable to the bearer thereof are called bearer debentures. They are transferable by mere delivery. Only you can deliver the debenture to the others, only you can give the debenture to the others. Those are automatically transferred like a bearer check. That's why bearer debentures are also available there. Coupons are attached to such debentures for the payment of interest. Try to understand. Different types of the coupons are attached to the such debentures for the payment of interest. That's why this is the second type of debenture. What is it? Bearer debenture. Then third type of debenture we have to study, secured debenture. What is it? Secured debentures. These debentures are secured by charge on the assets of the company. Try to understand. The charge may be fixed or floating. In case of default, debenture holders can make good their loss from the asset charged. Okay? A mortgage deed is executed by the company in favor of such debenture holders, and such debentures are called secured debentures. Then another type is also there, unsecured debentures. What is it? Unsecured debentures. On such debentures, no security is given to the holder for the payment of interest and repayment of capital also. Try to understand. There is no security, there is no assurance, there is no security is given to the holders for the payment of interest and repayment of capital. Such debenture holders are like ordinary creditors and are not entitled to any charge on the assets of the company. Such debenture holders are called unsecured debenture holders, and such debentures are called unsecured debentures. Next type is also there as per the redemption. That is the fifth type of the debenture, that is redeemable debentures. Redeemable debentures. In that name is also you can understand what is the type of that debenture. If the debentures are issued on the condition that the company is bound to repay the amount of debentures after stipulated period of the time, they are called redeemable debentures. It means that परतफेडीचे कर्ज रोखे. What are those? Redeemable debentures, those are called. And another type is also I have mentioned, irredeemable debentures. What is it? Unredeemable or irredeemable debentures. These debentures are not repayable. These debentures are not repayable during the lifetime of the company. Try to understand. They are also called perpetual debentures. What is the another name? Perpetual debentures. Irredeemable debentures are also called perpetual debentures. It is only when the company goes into liquidation. It is only when the company goes into liquidation they become repayable. In this way, these are the irredeemable debentures. The recent types of the debentures, try to understand. The recent types of the debentures that have emerged, I have mentioned here in the second part, that is a convertible debentures and non-convertible debentures. What do you mean by convertible debentures? What is the exact meaning of convertible debentures? These debentures are converted into equity shares compulsorily. Try to understand. Convertible debentures are convertible or converted into equity shares compulsorily or at the option of debenture holders. It depends on the terms of the issue. The idea is to attract investment in debentures with the exception of gathering or getting the equity shares in future. Okay. The debenture capital may be wholly or partly converted into equity capital. Debenture capital may be wholly or partly converted into equity capital. Such type of debentures are called convertible debentures. And last type I have mentioned here, that is a non-convertible debentures. As the name suggested, such debentures are not converted into equity shares. Such type of debentures are not converted into equity capital also. Usually they are redeemable after the expiry of the stipulated time period. Okay. They carry an attractive interest rate as compared to the convertible debentures. In this way, these are the different types of the debentures. How many types we have studied? 8 types of the debentures we have studied. First, registered debenture. Second, bearer debenture. Third, secured debenture. Fourth, unsecured debenture. Fifth, redeemable debenture. Sixth, irredeemable debenture. Seventh, convertible debenture. And eighth, non-convertible debentures. In this way, these are the different 8 types of the debentures. Are you understanding? Do you understand each and every type of the debenture? Okay, these are the different types of the debentures. Now, what are the merits of debentures? Those merits also we have to study. Debentures play a very significant role in meeting the long-term requirement of the company. With the help of the debenture also, company can fulfill the long-term requirement. Okay. Following are the advantages or merits of the debentures. What are the merits? First merit is there, ease of funds raising. Ease of funds raising. It means that it is easier to raise the sufficient funds by means of debenture issues. It is possible to tap the resources of the people to conservative nature who desire to get fixed income without much risk. It means that with the help of the debenture also, it is easy to create the fund. It is easy to raise the fund, and this is the first merit of the debenture. Second merit we have to study here, that is a cheaper source. The debentures are a cheaper source of the finance, as a rate of interest on them is lower than that of short-term borrowings. Try to understand. It means that debentures are cheaper than the short-term borrowings also. That's why cheaper source. This is the second merit of the debenture. Then next merit is also I have mentioned there, reduced dependence. The issue of debentures reduces the dependence of the company on uncertain sources of the finance, such as public deposits and loan from banks and financial institutions. It means that such type of a dependency is reduced there, and this is also the merit of debentures. Then another merit is also I have mentioned there, flexibility. The issue of debentures introduces elements of flexibility in the financial plan of the company. They provides funds to the company for a specific period, and hence company can easily adjust its plan to suit its requirement. That's why such type of flexibility is also available in debenture, and that is the merit of the debentures. Next merit I have mentioned here, that is owner benefited. Debentures enable the company to take advantage of trading on equity and such pay to the equity holders dividend at the rate of higher than the overall return of the investment, and such type of owner benefited source is also there. Then next next merit also I have mentioned there, that is no dilution of control. What is it? No dilution of control. Debentures provides funds to the company for long-term period or for long period without diluting its control. The debenture holders are not entitled, try to understand, the debenture holders are not entitled to voting rights as well as right to take part in the management. That's why this is the sixth merit of the debentures. Then another merit I have mentioned there, that is no speculation. The company is able to issue debentures at a less rate of the interest, as there is no speculation regarding their prices, because less rate of interest, due to the less rate of interest, no speculation is there. It means that speculation is not possible, and this is also the merit of debentures. Then another merit also we have to study, that is remedy for overcapitalization. Remedy for overcapitalization. Debentures are subject for redemption. Try to understand. Debentures are subject for redemption. In case of overcapitalization, the debt capital can be refunded. In case of overcapitalization, wherever and whenever such situation is arise there, at that time company can refund the uh, amount of debenture holders, and overcapitalization can be eliminated. In this way, this benefit is also there. What is benefit? Remedy for overcapitalization. Then another benefit is also I have mentioned there, secured by property. Debentures are issued against the property which covers the full amount. The debenture holders can dispose of the property in case of company fails to repay them. It means that there is a security. There is a security for the amount of debentures. That's why it's called secured by the property. And that is also the another merit. And the last merit I have mentioned there, prior claim. Prior claim. The debenture holders have prior claim as far as return on investment. Try to understand. And the repayment of principal amount are concerned. Such type of a prior claim is there at the time of a repayment of the amount, and at the time of payment. Okay, they are entitled to receive income. Debenture holders are entitled to receive income and capital back before the shareholders. It means that such type of a prior claim is there, and this is also the merit of the debenture holders. In this way, we have studied the merits of the debentures. How many merits we have studied? 10 merits we have studied. What are those? First merit is there, ease of funds raising. Second, cheaper source. Third, reduced dependence. Fourth, flexibility. Fifth, owners benefited. Sixth, no dilution of control. Seventh, no speculation. Eighth, remedy for overcapitalization. Ninth, secured by property. And the last but not least, that is a prior claim. In this way, these are the 10 merits of the debentures. This is the one side of the coin. Now we have to study the another side of the coin, that is demerits of debentures, and those demerits also we have to study in detail. How many demerits are there? In this chart you will find 7 demerits are there. 1 plus half dozen demerits are there. How many demerits are there? 1 plus half dozen means how many? 7 demerits are there. First, not reliable. First demerit is also there, that is not reliable. If company is earning regular income, debentures are suitable. But in case of irregularity, uncertainty and inadequacy of income, the debentures are not a reliable source, because there should be regular income, there should be regular earning, there should not be uncertainty, and there should not be inadequacy of income. That's why an debenture, issue of debenture, that is also not reliable. Then second demerit is also there, risky source. What type of source? Risky source. Raising funds through debentures. Try to understand. Raising funds through debentures is risky. In case of failure of the company to pay interest or principal, the debenture holders may resort to filing petition for winding up of the company. That is risky, and that's why it's called risky source. Then third demerit is also I have mentioned there, that is a burdensome. Debenture impose a great burden on the finance of the company, since interest must be paid whether there is a profit or not. That's why that is burdensome, and that is also demerit of the debenture. Another demerit I have mentioned there, charge on asset. What is it? Charge on asset. Typological mistake is there. Instead of charge, change is typed there. Charge on asset. Debentures are secured. Debentures are secured against the asset of company. This affects the credit of the company in the capital market. Try to understand. Then another demerit is also there. That is no suitable. Not suitable. A company with a low proportion of the fixed assets to the total assets will not find itself in a favorable position to issue debentures. It means that a company which is not having proper proportion of the fixed asset, that company cannot issue the debentures. It has no sufficient security to offer the debenture holders, and that is also another demerit for the demerit of the debentures. Then next demerit is that is sixth, solvency affected. There is definite liability to be discharged by the company at the agreed time. If the company cannot make any provision for repayment of the appropriate time, repayment at the appropriate time, it has to face the risk and its solvency is affected. That's why that is also another demerit. And the last demerit we have to study, no voting power. The debenture holders do not enjoy any voting power, thus they have no voice in the management of the company. In this way, these are the 7 demerits of the debentures. Try to understand how many demerits are there. 7 demerits. What are those? First, not reliable. Second, risky source. Third, burdensome. Fourth, change on assets. Fifth, not suitable. Sixth, solvency affected. And the last, no voting power. In this way, these are the different types of the demerits of the debentures. Okay. In this way, we have completed the second part of the capital sources or sources of the finance. That is about the debentures. If any query will be there, you can contact me. You can visit at this email. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.